The Home Buyer Rescission Period, previously referred to as the cooling off period, is new legislation that is in effect as of January 3rd, 2023. It has been implemented to ensure that home purchasers have an opportunity to conduct due diligence and decide if they really want to move forward with purchasing the property. The Home Buyer Rescission Period provides buyers purchasing real estate in BC 3 business days to rescind or withdraw from their accepted offer on a property with no reason given. The rescission period is not waivable, and if the purchaser exercises their right to rescind their offer, then they must pay the seller a fee equal to 0.25% of the purchase price. On a $1 million offer, this equates to $2,500. There are some properties that are exempt from the rescission right, which include residential real property that is located on leased land, residential real property that is sold under a court order sale, residential real property that is sold at auction, new construction strata properties as they already have a 7-day right of rescission in place. If a buyer decides to give notice during the rescission period, it must be done within 3 clear business days, not including Saturdays, Sundays, or holidays, after final acceptance of the contract of purchase and sale. The rescission period includes 3 days following acceptance, again not including Saturdays, Sundays, or holidays, and expires at 1 second before midnight on the 3rd day. The expiry of this period will be indicated in the contract of purchase and sale. Once a buyer gives notice, they are responsible for paying the seller the fee. If a deposit was handed into the brokerage and held in trust, then the rescission fee amount will be paid directly to the seller from the deposit. If there was no deposit paid when the buyer exercises their rescission right, the buyer is required to pay the rescission amount directly to the seller within 14 days after the buyer exercises their rescission right. If the buyer does not pay this amount to the seller may bring a claim against the buyer for payment. To recap, the home buyer rescission period, a buyer has 3 business days to rescind their offer. If the buyer rescinds, there is a 0.25% fee payable directly to the seller. There are some properties that are exempt from the rescission right. If you have questions surrounding this new legislation and how it impacts you as either a seller or a buyer, feel free to reach out, as I'd be happy to answer questions.